I'm Jason Hoffman. My goal is to help you have the confidence to just press go live. Every live streamer has a wish list of things they had in their live streaming camera. Compact form factor so it's easy to set up. Optical zoom so they can punch in deeper to the action. Greater than 1080 recording so they can pull clips later. Great audio, super long connectivity between cameras. Today I'll introduce a camera that may just well check all of those boxes. The NearStream VM33 live streaming camera. Camera, encoder, recorder, all built into one, is a new to the market camera that is just about to be released. I've had my hands on this camera for about 3 weeks and I've had the chance to do some testing. Let me tell you what I've found. Now the form factor of this little package is as you would expect. It's about 5 3/8 inches long. It's about 2 3/8 inches wide. It's about 3 3/8 inches deep, and it weighs 1 pound 7 ounces. It's a little bigger maybe than what you're used to seeing in a live camera, probably because of the mechanism that's required for the optical zoom. The hardware features I've had a chance to test include the lens. According to a company representative, it has a 10x optical zoom and a 2x digital zoom. They're calling it a hybrid 20x zoom on this camera. It's able to stream in 1080p and record at 2K QHD 1440. The autofocus on this lens was very accurate. Not the fastest that I've seen, but it never missed in all the testing that I did. From way up close to way far away, the autofocus was really good. You also have manual focus in the software, but we're not really talking software today. We'll get a chance to talk about that in a future video. The sensor inside this camera is a Sony IMX335, and the one technical specification that everybody wants to know is what's the field of view when it's zoomed all the way out. Well, we have a 77-degree field of view for the zoomed out portion of this lens. For audio, it has an 8 MEMS microphone array. All across the top of this camera is a set of 8 microphones. They are 48 kilohertz 16-bit microphones. They tout this as having noise cancellation up to about 18 decibels and an automatic gain control within about 10 feet of the camera. The battery is said to last about 6 hours. My personal test showed it to be between 5 and 5.5 hours, which is not a big enough difference for me to think they're being disingenuous with their estimate. It has a front LED that's going to show you white, red, green, or blue depending on startup, connectivity, firmware updates, streaming status. The back LED is going to be a battery meter only. Also on the back, we're going to find a 3.5 millimeter audio port, a micro SD card slot, and a USB-C charging port. There is a ⅛ connection on the bottom, so it'll fit on just about anything that you're used to putting a camera on. Now here's what NearStream says it's going to be able to do. It'll stream in 360, 480, 720, 1080, 4 megabits per second, 1080 high, 5 megabits per second. The streaming audio goes out at 128 kilobits per second stereo. Now just a word about the software. The app can be found in the Apple App Store for iPhones and iPads, in the Google Play Store for Android phones and tablets, and there's a Windows app. They say they're developing a Mac app as well, and I know there are a lot of folks who would be excited about being able to connect this natively to their computer and run the NearStream app to stream with from their laptop. They're saying it will stream to all of the major streaming platforms as well as RTMP, and that plug and play is a USB feature so that there's no additional software to be added if you want to use it to Zoom, Skype, Meet, FaceTime, etc. And it's going to connect to your control device via Wi-Fi or access point mode so that you can use your cellular data from your device as well. Now here's what my tests have yielded so far. I did a 10-minute live stream with a camera attached to my iPhone 13 Pro Max. I did accidentally close the app one time, and so I lost the connection, but I was able to reconnect the cameras, restore the stream, and not lose the original RTMP that I was streaming to. In my battery test that yielded that 5 to 5.5 hour battery life, I didn't notice any significant heat buildup. It was an indoor test, climate controlled, but I didn't feel any significant warmth about the camera itself. Internal battery is billed as a 6,000 milliamp hour battery. The great feature about this camera that's going to attract a lot of users is its ability to zoom. As I made my way around the camp where I'm staying this week, I was able to set up and zoom across the lake at the kayakers who were out on the water. I was able to zoom into the bullseye to the boys who were shooting their archery lessons. I was able to set my camera up at the back of our meeting room and punch all the way into the stage at the very front of the room to get just a head and shoulders shot from the very back of this little auditorium. And what I'm finding about the color reproduction about this lens is it is incredibly impressive. Now what you're seeing here, this wall is that color, this picture frame is that color, this table and this chair rail, it is reproducing colors incredibly accurately. And the only change I've made to the image adjustment settings is to turn high dynamic range on. It comes out of the box as being turned off. I turned it on, and my goodness, it is a beautiful color reproduction, indoor and outdoor. I'm very impressed with its ability to pick up a good picture that you aim it at. Pricing is going to be $399 for this camera. There are some discounts available through their website. There may be some discounts available depending on when you find it on Amazon. I believe the last time I checked the Amazon listing, there was a $50 coupon you could click. Those come and go. You never know if you're going to get those or not. There is a link in the description if you would like to check this camera out. I can tell you, as far as the software goes, it is on software version 0.6.0 first build. And so I know it's not even to the 1.0 build of their software yet, so they're still working very hard to get that software up to what the hardware will actually do. And I've been told there is a significant update coming very soon. So be on the lookout for the changes that come and the reviews that come for this NearStream VM33.